afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our chat today with College Week Live. We are welcoming high school counselors and educational consultants from all across the United States. So thank you again so much for joining us. My name is Megan Adams. I am the coordinator of campus visit programs at the university. And so we host thousands of students and families who visit our campus every year. And so we're very glad to be virtually welcoming high school counselors. I want to also let you guys know that immediately following the chat, or immediately following the webinar, there will be a chat until about 5 o'clock or so. So if you have any questions after the presentation, please feel free to chat with one of our admissions representatives after today's broadcast. So we're going to go ahead and get started and hopefully share some new and exciting things that you may not have known about the university. Overall, our mission is to become a premier metropolitan research university, and so those are the things I'm going to focus on today that we do to try and enhance that mission. Going to go over some quick U of L facts and figures. We have about 12,000 undergraduate students and a total student population of about 22,000. That puts us in the range of what's considered a mid-sized university. So for a lot of students, there is the misconception out there that we are a big school or a very large school, but we're actually not overwhelming at all. Just like I said, about 12,000 students. We have an incoming freshman class each year of right around 2,800, and this year we did have a few more than that. We had an entering freshman class for our fall 2014 class of 2,908. For those of you looking for juniors and seniors in high school, we anticipate having about 2,800 freshmen next year. We are very proud to be the most diverse university in the state of Kentucky, and when we talk about the ways that we embrace diversity at U of L, we are not just talking about racial and ethnic diversity, although that is very important to us. We are also talking about the fact that we enroll students from all 50 states and over 100 countries. We have students of color and international students at U of L. We now are growing in terms of our geographic diversity, so we're enrolling about 20% of our students from outside the state of Kentucky. We have students from a variety of socioeconomic backgrounds, and specifically we have a program called the Cardinal Covenant Program. That is for us to help students from Kentucky from low-income backgrounds afford a U of L education. We also are a military-friendly school, and we're in the top 15% of military rankings. And we are also an LGBT 5-star school, which is the highest rating that you can receive on the Campus Pride Index for our welcoming community for LGBTQ students. So one thing we like to emphasize to students is that they will be taking classes with and working out with and going to the bookstore and eating on campus with students that are like them in many ways, but also very different from them in many ways. And we really want them to know that the environment that we have at U of L may sometimes be challenging for them, but also we are going to be a very supportive environment for them to learn to live and work with students who maybe they have never had the opportunity to work with or live with before. Our average undergraduate class size is around 27, which surprises a lot of folks because, again, they have that misconception that we're a very large university. Our student-teacher ratio is 16:1, and so we hear all the time from current students how accessible faculty are at U of L, whether it's going by to talk to professors during office hours, emailing them about questions from class, reaching out to faculty members about research. Our faculty are a great resource at U of L, and so students will find those class sizes very manageable. Some of our introductory classes are large, and we're upfront about that. So students may have a psychology class that has 200 students in it, but they may also be in a freshman English class that only has 22 students in it. So they're going to get a variety of class sizes at U of L. Really, this typical student is not going to have more than 4 classes over their entire 4 years with us that have 100 or more students. So we really like to promote the idea that we are a smaller environment. In terms of a little bit more about our freshman class profile, we consistently have been enrolling very academically well-prepared students. This past fall, like I said, we had just over 2,900 students in our incoming freshman class. They came to us with an average on their ACT of 25.3. We also had 55% of students coming to us this year who already had previous college credit earned, either through AP classes, dual credit classes, maybe CLEP or IB work, things like that. If you're working with students who are curious about AP and IB credit at U of L, you can go onto our website, which is louisville.edu, and on our admissions page, we have a link dedicated to test credit, and it lets students know exactly what credit they would receive if they came to U of L. So please encourage students to check that information out. We also had last year 185 Governor Scholar students in our freshman class. And for those of you from Kentucky, you'll know what that is. That's the Governor Scholars Program, GSP and GSA. So we also want to go over what it takes to be a student at the university. Our priority application deadline for incoming freshmen is February 15th of their senior year. And what we have, we don't do early decision or early action. What having a priority application allows us to do is it allows us to control that size of our freshman class. And so applications that we receive after February 15th are evaluated on a space available basis only. So if we believe that we are getting to a point where we're going to have too many freshmen, we will cut back on admission. We have done that the past several years, so I really encourage students, even if we're just thinking about applying to U of L, or even if we're maybe a little bit lower on your list, make sure you do get your application into us by February 15th. We evaluate applications on a rolling basis, so once students submit their application materials to us and their application becomes complete, we will get a decision out to them in about 2 to 3 weeks. We want students to apply online. We do have a $50 application fee. However, if a student is on free or reduced lunch at their school, or eligible for a fee waiver from the ACT for the test fee, or you submit the NACAC documentation for a fee waiver, we will waive that $50 application fee for students. That also does impact some of the other fees that we have later on down the road. And so having a student's application fee waived will lower the cost of their housing application fee and their orientation fee. So please keep that in mind if you're working with students who are eligible for that fee waiver and they maybe don't want to go through the hassle of it and just pay the $50 and be done with it. If they take the time to do that fee waiver letter, it will lower some of their fees later on down the line. We require an ACT or an SAT score from our applicants. It doesn't matter to us which one they submit. We do not superscore, average scores, or combined scores. We're looking for students' best overall composite or combined score, not including the writing. And we require the official high school transcript. We accept most of our transcripts electronically from schools. Please do not fax transcripts. You can send them through the mail or send them online. You can see below on the slide, it lists the automatic requirements for our incoming freshmen for our programs. We do not have an essay requirement for admission. We're just looking at the test scores and GPA. Music does require an audition, so please keep that in mind if you have students interested in pursuing a music major. Excuse me. Music auditions take place in January and February. So once students have applied to U of L and indicated an interest in music, our School of Music will directly reach out to them about scheduling their audition. Now you can see, like I said, some of the programs have a little bit different requirements as far as test scores and GPA. So if you have a student that you're working with who is perhaps interested in nursing or business, engineering or business, and doesn't quite have that 24 or 25 on the ACT, they can be admitted to U of L in a pre-business or pre-engineering status. And then once they meet the requirements, whether it be through GPA or curriculum requirement, then they can, within the university, apply to join that program, okay? And again, we review applications as they come in and get decisions out to students as quickly as possible. We also get a question a lot of times if we participate in the Common App and we are not a Common App school. Now, you also may be working with students who fall below our requirements for admission, and each year we do get applications for students who would not be automatically admitted. And we do review those applications. They go through a very holistic review process. Students who fall below the requirements are able to submit additional documentation to enhance their application file. So we are willing to accept letters of recommendation, personal statements, and resumes for students who would fall in those situations. We also have the opportunity, if students are local, if they would like to come in and do an interview with our Director of Admissions. We occasionally do that. It is very competitive to be admitted to U of L for students who do not meet those minimum admission requirements. We usually admit about 30% of those students who don't meet the requirements. All right, so cost of attendance information. We have different costs for in-state versus out-of-state students because we are a public school, and room and board varies depending on where students live on campus. I would encourage you all to go to our website at louisville.edu/admissions to get the most up-to-date information about cost of attendance, and you can see the breakdown on there for in-state or out-of-state students and the different costs for room and board. We are really encouraging students to complete the net price calculator. We've all done it in our office as one of our training exercises so we could talk more with students about the net price calculator. It does take less than 8 minutes to go online and complete, and it will give students an estimate of scholarships, financial aid, state grants, federal grants, work study, and student loans. So our hope is that students are doing this for all of the schools that they're interested in to get an early and accurate estimate of what costs might be if they were to choose U of L. All right, scholarship opportunities are also listed online on our website, and our scholarship application deadline is January 15th of the student's senior year. Now, unlike our priority application deadline for admission, our January 15th deadline for scholarships is firm. We do not make exceptions to our scholarship deadline. Students can apply for scholarships starting October 1st. That's when our scholarship application will go live. It doesn't matter if students submit their application for scholarships on October 1st or on January 15th. We make decisions during the month of February on our scholarship programs, and then we send those out to students by March 1st. Students then have March and April to make decisions about scholarships. We do require that they let us know if they're going to accept their scholarship and come to U of L by May 1st, the national deadline. Now, we have several different categories of scholarships. Our guaranteed scholarships are for students who participated in the Governor's Scholars Program, attend the Gatton Academy, participated in Rogers Scholars, or are a National Merit finalist or semifinalist. So students who fall into those categories, as long as they apply for admission by January 15th, do not have to submit an additional scholarship application. It is guaranteed. Now, many of those students do, however, want to compete at higher level for scholarships, and so that's our competitive scholarship category. Our competitive scholarships, in order to apply, students need to have at least a 26 on the ACT or the equivalent SAT and at least a 3.35 cumulative GPA. We will accept weighted GPAs for admission and scholarships. When they go online, there will also be additional information that we may ask for. Students can upload a resume. Students have the option to complete their essays online, and we even do online recommendations. Students will input the email address of their recommender, and then our system will email you, for instance, a link to our online recommendation form, and you can upload a recommendation letter for that student. So we try and keep that completely online. Our competitive scholarships start at $1,000 one-time awards and go up from there to our most competitive awards include full tuition plus money toward room, board, and books. We do also have some unique programs, and there are guaranteed entrance programs. More information about those can be found online, but I will let you know what they are. Our guaranteed entrance programs, one is called GEMS, that is guaranteed admission to medical school program. Our ULEAD program, ULEAD, is U of L Early Admission to Dentistry program. Our Harlan Scholars program is for students who want to pursue law school. And we have an upper division guaranteed acceptance pre-placement program to our dental hygiene program. So that's a little bit about our guaranteed entrance programs. Some of those are restricted to Kentucky residents only, so again, I encourage you to go to louisville.edu/admissions to look for specific information about those guaranteed entrance programs. Many of those also do have an interview requirement for finalists, and so students may not find out by March 1st about those programs. It may be a little bit later in the spring. The National Scholar Award is our award for out-of-state students, and that has a February 15th deadline. The National Scholar Award is a guaranteed award as long as students meet the GPA and ACT or SAT requirements that we look for. The amounts of the award, there are 4 different categories. We have a $5,000 award, a $7,500 award, a $10,000, and a $12,000 award. All of those are renewable for 4 years. So we're really promoting our National Scholar Award to high ability students from outside the state of Kentucky. We do also have a couple of other smaller awards which are departmental specific or for alumni. And so again, encouraging you to check out the full wealth of knowledge about our scholarship programs on our website. Okay, so we always promote financial aid to potential students, and we want them to complete their FAFSA. We do not require students to complete the FAFSA, even if they're receiving scholarship aid from us, but we highly encourage them to do that. Again, we want them to do it as soon as possible after January 1st, encouraging students that you can complete your FAFSA prior to completing taxes. And if students do want to participate in the student loan programs, like the Stafford loan, they do have to have a FAFSA on file. We do also participate in federal work study, and students have to have a FAFSA and be eligible for work study in order to participate in that program as well. We do host 2 programs each year in the spring called FAN, Financial Aid Night, and that is an opportunity for admitted students who have completed their FAFSA to come to campus and meet with financial aid counselors one-on-one. And these are after traditional office hours. So they take place starting at 5 and go until about 9. And so we're trying to make it very convenient for working families to be able to have the same access to our financial aid staff as other students who can come in throughout the day and ask our financial aid office questions. So for any of your admitted students, they can be looking for that information in the spring. We have a variety of options for students to live on campus, and this is one area that we are definitely growing. We have over 5,000 students living on our campus. We do require freshmen, incoming freshmen, to live on campus unless they're going to be living at home with a parent or guardian, or have some other extenuating circumstance. And over 70% of our incoming freshmen do live on campus. We have several different themes and different housing styles. We offer traditional suite style and apartment style living. We only do have one apartment for incoming freshmen, but our other apartment style living is limited to upper class housing. We also have some living learning communities available for students who may be interested in the categories listed below. Metropolitan College, I will explain because it's not kind of self-explanatory. Metropolitan College is a program that U of L offers in cooperation with UPS. Louisville is the home of a major hub for UPS, and so students have the opportunity to have UPS pay 100% of their in-state tuition, and they work part-time at UPS. They do still earn an hourly wage. They're eligible for bonuses, and they do some academic bonuses as well as performance bonuses. And after a certain amount of time, they're also eligible for UPS benefits. So it's a great program for students who are especially looking for ways to help pay for college, which is most students. And so there is one small catch, and that catch is that the hours are overnight hours. So students are package handlers. They work part-time, but it's usually 11 to 3 or 12 to 4. Or midnight to 4. And so having this new living learning community allows students in Metropolitan College to kind of be on that same schedule as far as work, sleep, and study. So that's a new option for us. Our housing applications will be available starting January 15th of 2015 for admitted students. Housing is first come, first serve in terms of housing selection. So the earlier students apply, the more selection they do have in terms of their on-campus housing. If students coming to U of L know someone else they want to match up as their roommate, we do have a system that allows that to happen. All right, so one of the most important experiences U of L students will have is their experience in the classroom. We have over 200 fields of study when you take into account our majors, our minors, and our concentrations. And so we do have 12 different colleges and schools for incoming students in our undergraduate programs. We offer the College of Arts and Sciences, our College of Business, which we are the #1 ranked business school in the state of Kentucky. We offer our School of Dentistry is where our dental hygiene program is housed. Our College of Education and Human Development, their degree programs are not just in teacher education, which we offer K through 12, but also programs in health and human performance, which is like exercise science, and we also have a sports administration program. Our Speed School of Engineering is probably our most well-known named college at U of L, and we have a variety of majors within our engineering program. Something unique about our engineering program is that we do have 3 co-ops built into our Speed School curriculum, and so prior to graduation, students will have had 3 experiences, full-time experiences in their field prior to graduation. Our School of Music, I talked a little bit earlier about how they have an audition process. One of the unique programs we offer in our School of Music is our music therapy program. We also do have a music minor, and one question we get a lot is about our marching band, and students can audition for marching band whether they plan to be a music major or not. It's open to students of all academic backgrounds. Our nursing school students, nursing is a 2-tiered program at U of L, so incoming freshmen can be admitted directly into the lower division program, but do have to apply through the competitive process to start the clinical or professional phase of the nursing program, and that's in the junior and senior year. We have our Kett School of Social Work, which is the #1 social work program in the state of Kentucky. And our newest bachelor's degree program is in public health. We have had a master's level program for quite a while and just recently opened that up to a bachelor's level program. So that's a little bit about the academic programs that we offer for undergrads at U of L. All right, we have an honors program at U of L as well. It is open to incoming freshmen who have at least a 28 on the ACT or the equivalent SAT, which is 1250, and at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA. The deadline to apply for the honors program is January 31st. So after students apply and are admitted to U of L, they will start to get communication directly from the honors program if they're eligible, and that has to be completed by January 31st. There's quite a few benefits to being part of our honors program. Our honors students are eligible for priority academic advising and class registration, as well as an honors residence hall, which holds about 250 of our 1,300 honors students. We also have some student organizations through our honors program and an honors scholars level to our honors program as well. Our honors program is university-wide, so it's not restricted to any specific major. We really encourage our students to study abroad, and this is a picture of one of our students, Joel Ben, when he went to Morocco. We have a lot of opportunities for study abroad, everything from short-term to long-term experiences. So we'll have students participate in some classroom experiences or international service learning programs, and those are usually our shorter abroad experiences, 10 to 14 days. Our longer term programs, our summer and semester long programs, we have a dedicated international center and study abroad office to help students who are interested in going abroad, and we also have opportunities to help students get scholarships and financial aid to help them pay for some of those abroad programs. All right, we'd like to talk about the upward trajectory that we are on at U of L. We just recently celebrated the conclusion of our $1 billion capital campaign, one of only a handful of public universities in the country to take on such a campaign in the past several years, and so we're really excited to conclude that. The improvements around campus have already started with a lot of renovation and construction on campus with new buildings and improvements to our campus. We are going to be starting next semester a renovation to our Student Activities Center and anticipate a new classroom building on campus in the next couple of years. One of the areas of distinction at U of L is our commitment to undergraduate research. We are the 4th fastest growing research university in the nation and encourage our undergraduate students to really set themselves apart by becoming involved in research on campus. We have some specific programs that students can be a part of through research, but really the best way for students to become involved in that at U of L is to approach a faculty member that they are interested in working with and find out if they are willing to have another student work with them. We have had undergraduate students present at professional conferences and even have their work with faculty members published. We offer a variety of options for on-campus dining for our students. We can meet almost any dietary restriction or dietary allergy that students might have on campus. This is a picture of our Ville Grill, which is our all-you-care-to-eat dining facility. We offer everything from fast food options to quick grab-and-go salads and sandwiches. We have a brand new cereal bar, which is exciting, smoothies, coffee, all sorts of things. U of L students participate in a meal plan and have a certain amount of meals per week and a certain amount of flex dollars. So another important aspect to students' U of L experience is their experience outside of the classroom. We offer pretty much something for everyone. We have about 400 different student organizations on our campus, and they run the gamut from academic and athletic groups to honor societies, club sports. We have 22 different club sports on campus, community groups, ethnic groups. We do have Greek life, and you can see a picture here from bid day last year. We have honorary groups, a variety of intramurals programs that's really popular at U of L, politically active groups, professionally affiliated groups, religious groups, social groups, and spirit groups. Hopefully I listed every category. And if there is something at U of L, something rather that we don't have that students are interested in, they can start their own student organization. So we are very fortunate to be located in the city of Louisville, nicknamed Possibility City, or the River City, or the Queen City of Cincinnati, sorry. But we have a ton of different reasons why we are glad to be located in Louisville. And it provides not only great internships and co-op experiences for students, but also a lot of things for fun as well. Students can get around the city by showing their student ID to ride the TARC, which is the citywide bus system, although we do allow freshmen to have cars on campus as long as they have a parking permit. So whether students want to take advantage of our art scene or our great park system, maybe they want to check out a race at Churchill Downs or go see a basketball game or a concert at the Young Center, maybe take advantage of the First Friday trolley hop to some of the galleries and restaurants downtown on Main Street. There is a lot going on in Louisville, and so, like I said, we're really glad to be located in a great city. We just opened last October, so almost a year ago, our brand new Student Recreation Center. It is $38 million and it's over 128,000 square feet. So from here you can see one of our outdoor fields that is adjacent to the Student Rec Center where a lot of our intramural teams play. It features 6 different basketball courts. There is a walking track, there's cardio areas, weight areas, There is a golf simulator, a small cafe, and there are also classroom spaces as well for some of our sports administration and exercise science classes. So the Student Rec Center is open a lot of hours, and it gets a ton of use by students. So we're really glad to have that brand new addition to our campus. We also participate in NCAA Division I athletics, and we are in our first year in the Athletic Coast Conference. Joined that conference on July 1st, and it's been a really exciting time. We were named the best in college sports back in 2013, so not that long ago. We have 23 different men's and women's teams, and last year 20 of them were involved in postseason play, so they are very successful teams on the field or on the court. We also opened just this fall our brand new Lynn Soccer Stadium for our men's and women's soccer teams. And also in 2014, opened a new golf course, U of L golf course, and that is close by in Shelbyville, Kentucky. Most of the athletic events are free for U of L students. All they have to do is show their student ID, and if they want to go to football or men's basketball games, it is a nominal fee for students. Highly reduced season ticket prices. All right, so we want you all to stay connected with our office. You can hashtag us at Visit the Ville anytime you are going to come to campus, or encourage your students to hashtag Visit the Ville when they are visiting U of L. You can keep up with us on Twitter and Facebook. And also Card's Voice is our student blog. So we have current U of L students blogging about what their experience has been like, the good and the bad. So it's an honest depiction of Cardinal life at U of L. College Week Live, not only do we participate in events like this, but also once a month we participate in the All Access chats. We will also be having other different webinars throughout the year. And later this fall or in early winter, we are going to have a webinar specifically to help students with scholarship applications. So we'll go over some good essay and resume writing techniques for students. So please promote that to your students that may be interested. And of course, our most up-to-date information can be found on our website, and our admissions page is louisville.edu/admissions. So please go there for contact information about our staff if you have any questions, information about how to set up campus visits. Our AP credit policies and IB policies are available online, so students, like I said, can see what credit they would be eligible for at U of L, as well as finding out information about all the important deadlines that might be happening. Again, in just a few minutes, our online chat is going to be starting. So for any of you that might have questions following this webinar, please feel free to get online and chat with one of the counselors immediately following the presentation. Thank you all so much for attending the webinar. Again, my name is Megan, and go Cards!